brother stole my 9-year-old son's entire college fund at a family BBQ. My parents said he deserved it. I called a lawyer and filed charges. They laughed. Months later, the judge ruling left them silent. My son Jake is 9 years old. He is the kindest kid you will ever meet. Since he was 4, I have been putting money into a college fund for him. Every birthday check from relatives went in there. Every bit of my tax return. Every extra dollar I could save from my paycheck. By his 9th birthday, that account had $34,000 in it. I was so proud of what I built for him. My brother Kyle has always been the golden child in our family. Growing up, he got everything handed to him while I worked for every single thing I had. He never held a job longer than 6 months. He borrowed money from our parents constantly and never paid it back. But in their eyes, Kyle could do no wrong. Last summer, we had a family BBQ at my parents' house. Kyle pulled me aside and said he was in trouble. He owed some people money, and if he did not pay them back, something bad would happen. He asked me to lend him $30,000. I told him I did not have that kind of money. He got angry. He said he knew about Jake College Fund. He said I was selfish for hoarding money while my own brother was in danger. I told him that money was for my son's future, and I was not touching it. He called me a word I will not repeat and walked away. 2 weeks later, I got an alert from the bank. There had been a large withdrawal from Jake College account. $32,000 gone. I called the bank immediately. They said the withdrawal was made in person by someone with proper identification and account access. When I set up the account years ago, I had added my mother as a backup in case something happened to me. I called my mom. She answered like she had been waiting for my call. I asked her if she took money from Jake account. She said yes. She said Kyle needed it more than Jake did. She said Jake was only 9 and had plenty of time to save for college later. I could not breathe. I asked her how she could do this to her own grandson. She said family helps family, that I would have done the same if I was a good sister. I drove to my parents' house. Kyle was there sitting on the couch looking smug. I demanded the money back. My dad stood up and told me to calm down. He said Kyle was in a bad situation, and they did what they had to do. I looked at Kyle and asked him if he had anything to say. He shrugged. He said Jake did not need that money anyway. He said I was making a big deal out of nothing. My mom nodded along. My dad told me to leave if I was going to cause drama. I left. I drove straight to the police station and filed a report. Then I called a lawyer. When my parents found out I was pressing charges, they laughed. My mom said no judge would side with me over family. She said I was embarrassing myself. She said I should drop the whole thing and apologize to Kyle for making him feel like a criminal. I did not respond. The case took 5 months. During that time, my parents called me constantly. Sometimes they threatened me. Sometimes they begged. I did not answer a single call. Kyle's lawyer tried to argue that the money was a gift, that my mother had every right to withdraw it. My lawyer argued that the account was in my son's name, that the money was his, that my mother only had emergency access, not spending authority, that Kyle knowingly received stolen funds. The judge ruled in my favor. Kyle was ordered to pay back the full $32,000 plus $8,000 in legal fees and damages. My mother was found liable as well since she made the withdrawal. The judge called it financial exploitation of a minor. He said it was one of the clearest cases of family theft he had ever seen in his courtroom. Kyle does not have $40,000. He never has. So now there is a lien on everything he owns. His car, his tax returns, any future wages will be garnished until the debt is paid. My mother had to take out a second mortgage on the house she and my dad have lived in for 30 years. The house they planned to retire in. The house they thought they would leave to Kyle. My dad called me after the ruling. He was crying. He asked how I could do this to my own family. I told him he did it to himself when he let Kyle steal from my child. I told him he chose Kyle over his grandson. I told him this is what that choice cost him. I hung up. Jake does not know the details. He just knows that some money went missing and mommy got it back. He does not need to know that his grandparents stole from him. He is 9. He should be worried about baseball and video games, not family betrayal. My parents have tried to reach out since then. Birthday cards for Jake, texts asking if we can talk. I do not respond. Last month, Kyle's girlfriend left him. She found out what he did and wanted nothing to do with him. My mom blames me for that too. Some people think I went too far, that I should have handled it privately, that I broke up the family over money. But it was never about the money. It was about my son. It was about protecting him from people who saw him as disposable. That is not family. That is just people who share your blood, and blood does not give you the right to steal from a child.